y'all, it's Ali from Little Hill Homestead. We are still in our makeup series. I know we took a break, but we're in it. I only have a couple recipes left, and I made an eyeshadow palette at the very beginning, which was a couple weeks ago. And I do like it, but I ran out of space because I did all 12. Was it 12 in my little palette that I bought? The other thing that I found is it is great if you want a not intense look. They're very like natural and light, and they stay. But what I found is sometimes I want some punch in my eye colors that they aren't giving me. And so I'm going to be making a second batch. These are going to be loose eyeshadows that are going to be in these little tiny containers. And we're going to get some boom for our buck with these guys. They are not in a palette. It's kind of a pain. Palettes are just so much easier to use than these little guys. But if you want some bang for your buck and you want some intense eye color, this is going to be the way to go. Super easy, minimal ingredients, and here we go. You guys ready? First thing you're going to need is arrowroot or cornstarch. If you have a corn allergy, use arrowroot. This says cornstarch. It's arrowroot from Azure Standard. It's just, I use the container because why not? You need 1/4 of a teaspoon. So I'm going to be making 14 colors today. I'm going to show you one. I'm going to go make the other ones, and then I'll come back and do a swatch test for all of them to show you what I'm talking about when I say bang for your buck. So we're going to be making these little tiny containers, and to save time, I don't want to show you 14 recipes. They're all the same. They're all exactly the same. So 1/4 teaspoon of your arrowroot going into my little tiny container. These are so bitty. To that, here's an option for you. You have two options. You can use kaolin. I would use this for lighter colors, purples, greens, things like that, blues. Think intense. If you're going to be doing some browns, I don't know if you guys can see it. I have some browns and some coppers and some coppery reds. I'm going to do bentonite in those ones to give it a little more brown to cling on to. So this one though that I'm going to start with, I'm going to do kaolin because I've used this product in a couple of our videos, and the stuff is awesome. I'm double dipping. It's fine. I'll get a fresh one before I dip back into my cornstarch. Arrowroot. I've used this in a couple of my videos so far. This is called Slice of the Moon, something. It's a mica, which I'm using. No, I am using some iron oxides today. This is called Slice of the Moon. It's a satin white synthetic mica. It is the one we use in our highlighter. We use it in our face powder. It comes with this container, which is 15 grams. I'm telling you, this will last your lifetime. Not even joking. So for this one, gosh, I don't even know how to measure this, honestly. This stuff, let me show you it by itself. I'll just show you what it looks like by itself. It is like straight white. See that? So what I'm thinking is to use this mixed with our stuff to be like a highlighter kind of color, maybe in the corners of your eyes to make it the colors pop that you're using, that kind of stuff. So I am going to use, I need another measuring spoon. Let me see. I have one in my cabinet, I'm pretty sure. Loud noises, sorry. Yeah, I have 1/4 teaspoon here. We're going to use that guy. So I'm going to go with 1/4 teaspoon because I want intensity. Remember what we're going for here. This is not for the faint of heart. This is going to be if you want some impact in your life. I'll probably do the other ones in a bowl to make my life really easy. I'm just going to use a chopstick and stir them together. If you want to do it in a mortar and pestle, you can. If you want to do it in a bowl, you can. I'm just doing this. And we'll see what we get. I'm totally blocking you here. I don't have much space to work, you guys. These are little tiny pots. But this amount of eyeshadow will last you like forever. I had some loose ones like this at one point in my life, and they lasted for like years. I'm not even kidding. I finally threw them away because I thought, I don't know if I want to be putting that on my eye anymore. Okay, so this is going to be our Slice of the Moon. And if you feel like it's not enough, do you see it right here? It's like a nice white, it throws colors. So it'll throw the light around and be really pretty. I might just add a little bit more. Like I said, I want intense. So I am getting another Another 1/4 of a teaspoon in there, and then I'm gonna probably transfer this to a bowl to mix it around. That's what I'm gonna do. Hold up, let me get a bowl. Should have planned my life a little bit better, but story of it, I just do what I do. All right, mixing that around in the bowl to make it a little more sense. Then, you know, it is what it is. Okay, let me get it into our little pot. If you want to make it more like a pressed, you can add the same stuff we did to the other one, a little rubbing alcohol and a little bit of oil, and you can push them into these little containers. What I was finding though is I want the intensity that I'm going to get with a looser one. Have a little more control over it, I think. But again, at the end of this video series, we are going to be doing a try on with all the products to show you what we ended up with. And you'll be able to be the judge at that point of what's what, who's who in the zoo. This is very powdery and airy. What am I doing?
We?
Yeah, I know. I say we for everything. My husband's always like, I had nothing to do with it. And I'm like, yeah, but I guess after 28 years, we're always a we, right? Two shall become one. That's what you always say. Little did he know what he was getting into. Okay, let's give that a little tester now that we have a little more intensity. I'm going to go above the original. There you go. Okay, do you see it? I'm hoping you can see it. So that is going to be our slice of the moon. You can go in straight with mica if you want, but the kaolin and stuff is going to help it stick to your eye, your eyelid. So that's our slice of the moon. I am going to clean this up, and I'm going to work on all these other colors. I don't know if you can see them down here, and then I'll bring you back to show you a swatch of every single one, and I will let you know if I used a 1/4 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon, what I did to get those combinations. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. What color should we do? Let's do blue. Blue? I'm thinking blue's kind of a fun one, because why not, right? I don't know. Okay, so same thing, 1/4 teaspoon kaolin, 1/4 teaspoon of our arrowroot. Really? Did she use all the 1/4 teaspoons now? She did. Let me just give this a good wipe down. If you don't want cross-contamination in your life, don't hang out with me. She a hot mess, y'all. Don't worry, I don't sell these. These are for my own personal use. Sorry, I'm tapping. Let's go in with our blue. I'm thinking that I'm gonna use, and remember micas, okay, so there's iron oxides. These are mattes if you don't want shine. Micas are all gonna be shiny. So we do have, where'd it go? We do have a blue oxide we could use as well. If this isn't bold enough, I'll for sure add some of that to get, I want it to punch you in the face a little bit, y'all. Doesn't that sound nice? So I'm gonna go in with a 1/4 teaspoon of our, this one's called Violet. I don't know why they're called blue. Ooh, this is gonna have some color shifting to it. Ooh, exciting. I love micas because they're kind of mysterious, y'all. So one of you guys was saying, hey, my new desk would have been a perfect puzzle table. My husband said the same thing. He's in there doing his puzzle right now before we start dinner. Okay, there's our blue. Let's test it out and see if we need to add some of this. It's actually a beautiful, like purpley blue. Digging it, digging it. I should have probably cleaned my hand a little bit better, but okay. What do you think? Could it use a little punch in the face? It's kind of a purpley blue, actually. I think we could use a little intensity, you guys. It's kind of a soft blue. Although on your eyelid, it's definitely going to look a little bit different. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of our, this is ultramarine pigment colorant. These are also natural colorant, so is mica. Oh my goodness. This is like electric blue. Like, I know Debbie Gibson didn't sing Electric Blue. She sang Electric Youth, but wow. That's what it makes me think of. Maybe because I probably wore blue eyeshadow back when I used to listen to that song. I don't know. Okay. That is a pretty color. It went very purple blue, and I'm okay with that. Isn't that pretty? All right. So what I'm basically doing is kind of start here, start with our bases, and then as you use my finger a little bit to break that blue up a little bit. You can use a mortar and pestle. Nope, a mortar and pestle. I always say it wrong. To break up your oxides a little bit better and get your mica incorporated a little bit better, I just use my finger. I don't want to do dishes, y'all. Okay, how we looking? How we looking? Let me get that off my fingers. All right, we're gonna go in above. This was our original. We're gonna go in above it and just see. Did we get a little more intensity? Oh my God, a little bit. What was that? The Drew Carey show. What was her name? Mimi. We got it. We got some blue eyeshadow, y'all. That is that's intense. I might go back and make a second one with just the lighter color versus the darker, so that I have two. Because look at how different in color those are. Wow, that's fun. Okay, so I'm gonna put that into one of our little containers. Again, just kind of go down the row and see what you end up with, and I'll show you in the end what all. That's our slice of the moon. Let me keep them in order so I don't lose my mind. I'll keep them in order so that we know what's what. How about that? I'm gonna end up with blue on my forehead, y'all. Okay, let me go put this into a container, and then I'm gonna keep going into that. Is incredibly bold. That's exciting. I like to use blue like underneath my eye sometimes. I don't do like a full on eyeshadow with blue. I'm not quite that brave, but that's a good, yeah. Okay, let me go get the rest of these going. Okay, guys, are you ready? I have all 14 colors here, and I'm gonna walk you through them. I'm gonna swatch them on my arm. Hopefully my arm is long enough. We'll see. So I'm gonna start with our light ones, and then I'm gonna try to transition into our darks or more intense ones. We'll see if this works. I'm gonna just use a wet paper towel. I should have gotten that prepared. And my finger, because I don't wanna wet or get 14 brushes dirty. So I'm just gonna, use your best tool. So the first one we did was the slice of the moon, that little tiny container. You guys saw me do that one. I'm gonna do that as far this way as I can. That one was just a pretty white. It has a lot of shine to it. It's beautiful, right? Number 2 is a mica that came from that pack that we bought called Pearl. It's like a pink shimmer. Can you see it? Not next to that white. Man, that white is pretty intense, huh? You can see it right here. It's kind of a pinky kind of hue. The next one I made was a lavender, but I did add a little bit of the ultramarine, that was a word, ultramarine, she did it again, pigment colorant to get a little more intense purple into it. So, by the way, these are I just have my little pot down here. I can't show you my counter and my arm at the same time. It just doesn't work. Okay, let me get some of the purple right here. That. Now imagine I could not find a dupe, but Painterly Paint Pot, if you had something like that on, can you see the purple? Boom right there. If you had a Painterly Paint Pot or something that these are gonna like stick to, my arm is obviously quite dry and I have arm hair, so maybe not your best bet. But I'm gonna go into one I did. It's got these chromium oxide pigment colorant, and then I used one of the mics called Avocado. It made kind of a minty green type of a color, so ends up being pretty. Some of these I have not swatched yet. So what did I do? There you go. Do you see it? Tell me the intensity is not fantastic. What I did was a half a teaspoon of the kaolin or bentonite, depending on how dark they were, and then the arrowroot, and then I did half a teaspoon of every colorant. If I use an oxide, I did a half of a teaspoon because they're potent. This is that violet-y purple blue one we made at the very beginning. It's hard to see on camera. It's got some blue. It's got a little hint of purple. It's very pretty. Then I decided I wanted, the Mimi blue. And so I added a little bit of the ultramarine pigment. And I'll swatch that next to it so you can see what it did. Can you see this one went a little more blue? This one has a little more purple. They're close, but they're different. Okay, then I'm back to my browns. Let's see if we can keep going. Look at the colors. Are those not great? Yeah. Okay, so the next two are mattes. I use just oxides in these. This one is going to be a brown. These ones, by the way, intense. You don't need a lot to get some color on you. So these are going to be mattes. This is just the brown oxide. Look how intense it is. If you wanted it lighter, you would just add less. It's not that big of a deal. The next one I did is red iron oxide. It's another sort of brown. Like a brown, orangey brown. Gosh, man, these are... I hope they're showing up as bright. You can tell that I'm turning my arm when I'm doing this. Yeah, look at that. Oh, okay. The next one is called Coffee. This is a mica powder. Oh, y'all. Very little fallout. Do you see that? Oh my word, it's beautiful. It's like got some copper in the brown. That's a pretty one. Okay, I'm gonna try to go down here maybe. Here, I'll probably go here and work backwards. Next one is called, that was coffee. The next one is called chocolate. This is one I've used. I think this is the one I'm thinking of. I used it in my pressed ones. It has a little bit of a green issue to it. Can you see it? It's like got some green to it when you move it. It's fantastic. I liked it so much on that, but I wanted it to be like in your face strong, so that's that one. Then we have one called Peach Blossom. It's another mica. Some of these are so cool because they almost have like two colors at the same time. Let's see. So the Peach Blossom is definitely lighter, on the lighter side. It's like a pinky purpley, peachy. It's like a mauvey pink. There's that one. Then these ones I was impressed by, you guys. This one is called Brown. It has a picture of a cow on it. I have some just in little dishes. These are the last ones I made because of the brightness. This one, let's go down here. Can you see that? Do you see how coppery it ends up? Like super coppery. That's going to be so pretty on the eye. And then the last one, oh my God, look at all those colors. Yeah, hopefully they come off. The last one is called Chestnut. And this is another one that has like some hues hidden in it. So it looks kind of just brownish. But then when you put it on, I'm hoping that it shows. You see the golds that show up? What the heck, y'all? Look at those. I mean, if you're going for intense, I think we nailed it. We have quite the array of colors. I wanted a vast variety. And I'm pretty sure that I might order one more little container of these little white guys, little containers. And I might do another batch because there's some colors in here that I didn't get to that I thought like were really dark chocolatey brown called Bear. It has a lot of gold in it. There's some other colors that I didn't get to and I think I want. So what are my favorites? This one, this is the coffee. That one turned out fantastic. The pearl is really, really pretty. These blues are quite interesting. Down here, this one, this is the chocolate. It has that green hidden in it and this peach blossom. I mean, pretty much this whole section I'm kind of obsessed with, so yeah. Anyways, you guys, go make some loose eyeshadows. These are fantastic. I know there's a couple people that were saying like, oh, I'm going to do this with my grandkids or with your kids or your daughters or, I mean, they're not going to be disappointed, y'all. Look at that. Okay. I will have the base recipe for this one below, and then I'll have a link to the oxides and the micas that we used, but you guys, if you have some, use them. A lot of people that do resin crafts use them. By the way, let me show you something before I forget. So a friend of ours, I've mentioned her before, Erin, makes resin stuff. And look at what she made for me. You can't really tell. That right there is what I'm talking about. It's a tree of life. It looks like stained glass, y'all. Isn't it fantastic? It's beautiful. It's like got some iridescence and so, but she uses mica powders. So multi-purpose. Isn't that beautiful? I'll link below. She has a Facebook page. She's just getting into selling. We bought another piece of hers for Christmas present for our son. That's phenomenal, but I'm not going to show you because he might see it. Anyways, I'm going to go cook dinner. Look at these. Oh, up close. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, they're even better up close, y'all. Sorry, my arm's kind of dirty. I mean, hello. Look at those. Holy manoli. Okay. I'm going to leave you with that. And go check out Erin's Facebook page if you need any resin art for Christmas. She's got this turtle lamp that's phenomenal that she's got listed. But she has an eBay shop. She's working on building it up. So go check her out. Anyways, go make eyeshadow. I don't know which is my favorite. I think it's this, the last one right there. This one. Uh-huh. Oh, man. I'm going to go put some eyeshadow on. Thanks, guys.